He started to step back up throughout the day, but man, like, he was getting bopped around by the Protoss player who currently sits in the top right corner of the map. Tokamak for us, game number 1 of this best of 5. This is herO. He takes on the blue Terran player down in the bottom left side. Let's hope for a great finals today. In the blue, from Team Liquid, it's Clem. And we're off and away, according to my mouse. Oh, we were off on a journey right there, weren't we? All right, let's find a camera. Inu's a fantastic observer. Let's jump on him as we jump into this game number 1. All right, Clem just played TVP today. Yeah, pretty much TVP every single series, right? Versus Hearthstone, versus Classic, versus Max Packs, and now versus herO. TVP kind of day. TVP kind of day. Alright, well, what do we got on Tokamak? I really hope this is a fun best of 5. I feel like we deserved after last week's finals. Last week, we had really cool games all the way up to the finals, and then the finals were just a complete flop. And I was like, no, this is so sad, because we had front page time last week as well, so it was even more sad that our finals was a bit of a flop when we had so many people in here. Hoping today is, like I say, a little bit more competitive, because I feel like you guys deserve a good series too. Aren't I a nice streamer feeling like you guys deserve good matches of StarCraft 2? Yeah. It's got nothing to do with that. I want the viewership to go high and run ads and make all the money and become rich and have a mansion and, you know, be able to see even more StarCraft 2. Would you believe it? Yeah. Nothing to do with that, no. Just want you guys to watch good games. Memes aside, we do have ourselves a CC coming down and a Nexus coming down, so both players expanding for the moment. The Orbital Command coming up, the Reaper coming through, an even bigger mansion. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's a statement. What are we trying to say here? It's not my fault that the size of the StarCraft 2 is so epic on this stream that we need a big room to cast it from, okay? That adds up for the 3rd yacht? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, something like that. Here's me grinding away. One sub at a time, you know. Guys, please, I really need your Twitch Prime. The second yacht needs cleaner. Still going to hit the Reaper. There's a dude come through. And we just push that back the other way. Twilight Council coming up. We get that going. And a couple of CCs coming online from Clem. So going to go straight to triple command center. So a little bit of greed from Clem in this game. Going to be his approach at the start of this series. So it's a fun one. So we'll see how that goes as the Stalker hits the Reaper for a couple of moments. As, yeah, Twilight Council building, the hallucination coming around. And we do just have that Marine just going to hit there, and that hallucination going to take a couple of nibbles already. So some shots, obviously hallucination just scouting. It's not really important to do damage to hallucination unless you're actually going to get a chance to kill it, which is obviously not really the case here. As yo, Tributors, thank you so much for the 3-month resub on the Prime. 1 micro step closer to the mansion. Well, we're 1 whole Prime closer. I'm going to go to the estate agent and call them up right now. Yo, edit the mortgage info. We've got 1 more Prime. And they're like, buddy, you still can't afford the mansion. It's like, no, listen, I've got another Prime sub to put to my name. All right? We're good. Yeah, I don't think they'd be having any of it. Thank you so much for the resub, mate. Appreciate you using the Prime on the channel. Fantastic way to support more StarCraft 2. Is this pool what's being considered for the next map pool? Yes. It says not a finalized version. This is a first draft. This is very far from being a finalized version. This is a version they're looking from. This is very much so the starting point. So what they did was they took the 3 most played current ladder maps. They took the 3 top choices from the community polling of the TLMC maps, and then they took the 3 top choices from a little pro player quiz they sent out as well. Just as a starting point, because I think they also understand that that does not necessarily make up a good map pool. But it's a fair way to start. It's a little bit of keeping what we have. It's a little bit of adding something the community liked. It's a little bit of adding what the players like. And like I say, from here, they're going to consider other maps as well. Take some feedback. Maybe people are like, look, there's too many rushy maps, or there's too many maps that you kind of need a veto in this matchup. And maybe they'll make an edit here and there. But right now, this is the first draft of our next potential ladder map pool. But they told me to be very clear that this is definitely not the guaranteed ladder map pool. You hope they rotate all the current old maps out. Yeah, what I would really like is if for this one we rotated like everything. You know, like for this one we rotate everything, and then we actually just do some more regular updates, or at least try to do some more regular updates, and just keep it so we can actually just like rotate like a few maps here and a few maps there, and just make edits to the map pool rather than overhauling changes, you know? That'd be really nice. It's gonna be seeing the siege tank going down as Clem's push here is well, he's kind of caught going out onto the map, and herO is gonna be able to come and slide on in. It's gonna be seeing the units continue to come across. A couple of Zealots gonna be there as well. Coming back around for a couple of seconds, we just have ourselves herO just getting straight into the main base. I mean, this is awkward for Clem. He just wants to get out on the map, and the man's being assaulted by charge lots. And herO going to do a lot of damage here. Now, SCVs are going to do everything that they can. Attempt to slow this down by, you know, hold S positioning SCVs, stop the damage coming in right there, for example. herO is going to take game number 1 of this best of 5. Proper like, hey, look, this is truly getting vetoed like every series. You know, let's just get rid of it. Let's try something else. Or, you know, this is really being played in every series too. That means it's probably good, but maybe it's just a little bit too standard. You know, maybe it's a little bit too likable, which sounds weird, but maybe it's time, you know, it's already been played enough that we can just move on into, you know, mix it up a little bit even. So yeah, I would really like to see that. I've got best of 9 written down because I'm talking about 9 maps. I'd really like to see that, but I do think it's a challenge. I do think that's very difficult. Because, like I say, we don't really know what the process is behind adding these maps, and it's probably a lot more complicated and longer than we expected, and so on, so... I mean, when was the last time we actually had the map pool updated? I don't actually know when the last map pool went live. Like, when did this group of maps join in? Oh, well, yeah, I guess after EWC they added the King's Cove and stuff, right? Well... yeah, that didn't really feel like a good map pool change either, to be honest. I completely forgot we have the current ladder map pool of like King's Cove and Abyssal Reef and stuff. But even that's been like 8 months or so. Which means it's probably been what, like a year and a half since like ley lines and stuff came to the map pool, is that true? New map pool was for Home Story Cup. This map pool sucked, though. Like, this wasn't a new map pool. This was a let's just add some old maps in because we don't know what else to do. Well, apparently the pros voted on... I don't know if the pros voted, like, they didn't say, hey, old maps or new maps, but the pros said it was either these 3 maps or these 3 maps. And apparently the 3 new maps they suggested were really weird. So they all voted for, like, King's Cove and stuff. So silly. So silly. Yo, Joff23, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Appreciate it. Thanks for keeping SCT alive. No worries. You want to know what the secret is? The secret is you. You are keeping SCT alive with the Prime sub, so thank you so much. I still have not figured out a way to magically grow money from a money tree. So, we are still, in fact, still reliant on you guys supporting the channel to be able to run StarCraft 2 events, guys, so, you know. Appreciate you all helping us do that. Sell a yacht? Bro, look. Like, do you want to take everything in my life away from me? God damn it. Why don't you sell a yacht? Give some subs, huh? You're telling me all the StarCraft 2 viewers aren't mega rich? You guys like StarCraft. You're clearly very smart. Surely you've done something with your lives. Right, guys? Right, guys? Question mark? It's not a yacht, it's a narrow boat. It's actually just a log. There's actually just a puddle in my garden, like a twig fell in it. It's like, yep, that's the one. Everyone's like, oh. I'm like, yep, that's her. Ain't she a beauty? Is that what you say about your yacht? Ain't she a beauty? God, you should see how much it costs to get her cleaned out at night. I've got no idea what I'm saying anymore. I've got no idea what you say about boats. Something like that, though. Having coming about, we are going to be seeing the Adept stepping through. The Blink and the Warp Gate continuing to come online as the Hallucination comes through as well. Continue to get this set up right now. SCVs, Medivac, and Marines coming over. The Blink coming through. As again, the Stalker, the Gateway, the Probes continue to be reduced. Boats are so expensive to keep at port. Well, I see that's why I keep mine in the garden, you know. Duh. I mean, if they're so expensive, why not just buy a port? Even easier. Yeah. Maybe if we got into a different esport, guys. Maybe StarCraft 2 wasn't it for this vision of life. Wouldn't mind dropping in the main base. We are going to see a good connection there as herO did not really do... Well, splitting was not on the menu, let's just say that. 4 probes go down as they kind of pulled in. The Raven building, the Marines in a siege tank coming in. A couple of barracks coming through. SCVs are coming online from Clem as well. As we do see a few Marines unloading into the main base. Just going to be having our Stalker going to get there. The Medivac gets pushed back. Hallucination gathering around. And again, those few Stalkers back over to the right here. They are going to get rid of a Medivac. And that's going to be a fantastic catch. So Medivac will go down. Impact on the way through. We add on a charge upgrade as well. Just having ourselves herO with that nice catch and cleanup is now going to continue to apply some pressure here. So looking to poke around over on this other side, pushing up into the main already. That barracks is flowing to a tech lab that no longer exists. He's like, what? I just got up. You told me there was a tech lab over here. What happened? Well, we didn't account for the Stalkers hitting the base, did we? As the Stalkers there clean up an order turret as well that continues to try and harass. +1 on the charge, still very much so on the way up as well, so we bring that on through. And a couple more bits and bobs dropping down and into place here currently. Again, +1 charge coming around for a moment or two, so we get that all set up. You can see the Raven coming about also. Stalkers will go after our Raven. Raven getting pushed away down the left-hand side. Still got the +1 and charge both coming online. All those gates coming up too. This is where herO wants to obviously try and keep Clem pinned back for a little bit. You're going to get all your Zealots out, so you should be comfortable against the stim kind of bio push timing now. And that's a question of how quickly can you deal with that and then start getting towards that 4th base, because that's the point where Colossus are coming up. That's the point where you take even more map control and make it even more pressuring for Clem to have to come and deal with you. And you start mass expanding. That's been the secret to herO's success in this PvT as of late. So let's see, as he's dropping the 4th base down already. Stalkers will see the initial push out. That was expected, of course. He was aware that this was going to happen, so that should not be too much of a surprise just yet as we pull these Stalkers away back through the center of the map. The Observer and the +1 armor both coming up from herO. The +1 and the combat shields finishing from Clem, so we're fully set on this bio army now. We get a Marauder though and just blink back again. Good value for the Stalkers so far. As herO just tries to shave off what he can, weaken this army up just little by little before getting to this incoming point of awesomeness with all the Zealots and units being ready to truly fight. Looking to see what we can do as the Robo Bay will start. And that Stalker going to hit the CC a little. Orbital very much so still coming through. A couple of Vikings and the Marines coming about. This army gets to the right side. Just going to knock down a pylon right there as well. So just take that out, knock that away. See, Raven's good as it provides not just the vision for that Observer, but an anti-armor missile. Kind of whiffs though. Didn't see if that was actually a whiffed shot initially or if it was actually just a good split from herO. hero's Zealots are melting very quickly though, and I don't love that for him because now he does not have much left over at all. That feels very bad. And all of a sudden herO might be in some trouble. Warping in even more Stalkers here. Can that actually push back this army? He is down 45 army supply. He needs to do some major moves right here to keep in this, plain and simple. As Clem taking a very good fight and just showing up. It was just those Zealots, they absolutely melted, like I say. They did not last very long at all. They didn't do what Zealots are meant to do, which is, you know, show up and really be that powerhouse unit. And well, as the pylon goes down, the warping cancels. That's a slower warping. That means the next warping will be a few seconds slower. That continues to add up, that kind of a move, as it looks as though Clem will just overwhelm here on Whispers of Gold and looks to put himself at 1-1 in this best of 5 in this battle against herO. And the Colossus coming up. We have ourselves the couple of gateways coming through. I will be there. Stalkers getting chased. A couple of Zealots getting pushed around. The refineries will continue up. As the Marine Marauder Ghost still being added on in there. The Engineering Bay and Armory added up to. And Stalker's still thinking about a chance to go pressing forward for a little while. Finally gets taken out. You will see the cannon dropping as well. One of mine's going to fire. The couple of Zealots taking some big hits. Stalker's coming back through once again, and we have ourselves herO with the last attempt of survival, but it's just not there. He doesn't have the numbers. That previous fight really was just too good from Clem. GG's. And just like that, we're tied up in the best beyond it. Incredible. Thank you so much for supporting. Appreciate the support. Appreciate the love. Let's go into game 3. As in the top right, our red Protoss is herO. In the bottom right, it's Clem. Gold minerals open up a super quick pathway with a gold shared base in the middle of the map. Oh my goodness, what are we seeing? We are seeing torches. This map is a little crazy. This was the most vetoed map in the TLMC that I ran. People don't like different. People don't like change and weird, and this map really ticks off pretty much all of those boxes, unfortunately. We saw a few games on it. There's a healing shrine on the super far left of the map that's quite out of the way, so it's going to be difficult to make really effective use of. But let's see what will go down. Should you click like again? If you've already clicked it, you're going to have to wait till tomorrow. Well, I mean, you can click it again if you really can't hold off, but even better, you can come back tomorrow and click like again then. It's like a little daily quest, you know? We should make like a little WardiTV questing app or something. So it's like, hey, have you done your daily WardiTV quest? Have you liked the YouTube stream? Have you said hi in the Twitch chat to, you know, get some chat algorithms or something going? Have you been to a YouTube video and left a comment? It's like, do all these things, and after 14 days, you can level up to level 2 Zealot. Oh my god. Have ourselves a couple of moments here as we just have the Cybercore Nexus probe all coming through, factory and the CC coming up as well. So again, just settle this into play nice and early, no problems just yet. Factory coming through, CC coming online as well, so we get that set up for the moment. The game looking pretty cozy. Like I say, super intrigued to see what kind of build we see out of herO. Does he just want to play Blink on this map? Don't think you can play Stargate, I say as he puts down Stargate. I was thinking about Stargate and like, okay, close by air, control this zone here, and like base to base, you have some easy catches maybe. Because I don't think you can because of the rush distance, natural to natural. I believe is pretty short if I remember correctly on this map. So then I worry, of course, if Clem hits like a Cyclone and a Marine or two and we go across the map and pressure those Stargate units, that really does make life a lot more difficult. Battery coming online, the Stargate coming through. We have a few Marines and the Hellion beginning to move out onto the map as well. So just bringing that straight over to the other side. Again, that warp gate building. Phoenix and the Stalker on the way in. So far, so good. And back a couple of Marines. Again, the Phoenix coming about. That warp gate very much so on its way through currently. And we truly are just building the Phoenix right now as the medevac comes in. If Clem doesn't know it's Phoenix. He can run into some trouble if you try and drop and you lose the medevac or so. 2 Phoenix out, 3rd Phoenix on the way. At least it's not a Widow Mine drop, as in terms of, like, it's not just Widow Mines. Because if you start to get the Marines out, they can kind of fight back usually against the Phoenix, and it's very difficult to lose this entire medevac without at least getting a few units out to try and fight back a little. But he's going to be right deep into the base before we do anything here, so yeah, I mean, yeah, the Phoenix not going to reveal. We actually saw the probe, so he unloaded early. Now he's going to eat the Widow Mine shot. The Phoenix nearly going down because he had a Marine shot as well. Well, now Clem knows it's Phoenix as well. Instantly has some Vikings on the way to start prepping against the Phoenix in the sky, against the lower Phoenix count. That can be very effective. We got the first siege tank, and now he's going to go straight into Cyclone production as well. So Clem has a very good idea clearly of where he's going to go to. He's going to get that set on up. Starport lifts off of that tech lab, going to come moving away. We just have ourselves the Viking. Obviously can poke from a little further out compared to how close those Phoenix have to get. Viking pretty tanky against Phoenix 2, which is why it turns out to be a pretty reasonable unit to build in a lot of the scenarios there, so it's usually very reasonable as our stim pack comes up. Our Phoenix going to come through for a little bit of damage, firing some shots off just for a moment or two at the moment as well. Again, charger +1, both on the way in. Get that all settled. Got everything rolling here for a few moments. As all those upgrades finish from Clem as well once more, that is one of the main timings he's going to be looking toward in this game, so definitely expect him to be trying to make something of that when it comes around. Otherwise, we're just building up those Phoenix, and with charge on the way too, that's exactly what herO would like to do. He'd like to shut down any time, and initially by having Phoenix charge, you're very good at overwhelming a too small of a Terran army. There's always that weird moment, though, with Phoenix charge where, against smaller army, there's like that little, like, with like a 5 Marine shift, it's like it goes from being too small of an army that you collapse on and overwhelm and kill, to an army that just, you can't ever get enough damage out on before it just kills your units, right? So there is that kind of fine line you're walking here as herO. He's going air weapons as well, which does not exactly help you against the larger bioforce in the grand scheme of things either. So I am intrigued as to what his numbers look like and how it looks for him in terms of trying to hang on in there and defend. And so in these next few moments, we just have the gold base going to be taken. Of course, herO will take the gold base in the middle of the map, literally expanding toward Clem here. Now, Clem can kill off these rocks, gives him a couple of different options in terms of directions of attack. The Phoenix are lingering around, looking for reinforcements and seeing if any of those are perhaps up for grabs in the next few moments. Medevac's load up and trying to retreat away, but the Phoenix are right there as well, so you got to be super careful about that. You don't want that to go wrong, as the Phoenix will get a couple of units. Widow Mine, though, does not actually go off. The other Widow Mines do get burrowed as well to act as some additional defense. Concussive shells also coming through. CC lifts off, and we are going to be seeing again the air weapons coming through, the +2 attack upgrade on the way. So herO just keeps them upgrades rolling. I can't believe he's getting air weapons, though. Like, this genuinely shocks me. Clem is actually going to find with the Cyclone one of the Phoenixes. We step forward a little bit, and we're going to start just lifting Marines. Zealots charging through, trying to close the gap on the tank. There are Widow Mines available, and so I don't love it for herO because you are essentially just running into a minefield. And that means the Zealots go down a lot sooner than you can really justify them going down, right? Like, you don't want them to go down that quickly. You need these Zealots to kind of stay alive in tank, but they drop very swiftly in that moment. Like I say, herO's going to get the gold base, so this is one of the riskiest gold bases you can possibly take. It's so close to your opponent. There's no way on earth I believe it's a good choice, but herO will try and make it work out. Right now, he's down half the army supply, so he's got some work to do. As he starts up a robo bin, robo facility. So whatever he's trying to do here ain't happening just yet. As Clem... To be fair, Clem does not know about the gold. He saw the pylon there, but he doesn't see the actual base there. I mean, like I say, that's a pretty wild assumption to make. Because who the hell would expand like this? Well, herO might, so maybe we should just take that into consideration. The Phoenix still trying to control nearby and just again get some picks here and there. Gonna see the chance to maybe get a medevac. Good response from Clem. Little boost just to get it away a little further. Couple libs in the medevac. Gather up again. And that +2 attack upgrade is about to finish up the blink. Well over halfway through as well. A couple of ghosts coming about as well here. As you are going to be seeing the bio units coming down. For the low ground, getting underneath those libs, a little bit of bio going to jump across onto the mineral line. And a couple of those probes begin to drop very quickly. So, we'll see those falling. Again, the Vikings, the Marines, the Ghosts continue to produce as we get ourselves set up here as Clem continue to establish for now. Marines will shoot. Phoenix takes some hits. A couple of probes. Taking damage once again. Try and take position over on the other side here. When we get this set up, we are going to be seeing the few extra ghosts still very much so on the way through. The couple of Liberators are firing, and Zealots all currently dropping. The Zealot Stalker pushing through. The Phoenix going to eat a Widowmine shot. The rest of the Bio Army will come chasing. The Zealot Stalkers pushed away a little bit. Colossus are there as well. So we've got some proper tech on the field from herO. Some proper splash damage that can help out in a big way right now. Having those is going to be a huge addition compared to where he was at and what he was playing with before. One of my hits, a couple of the Zealots still dropping. And Vikings, Marines, and Marauders all coming through. The Widowmines and the racks building as well. Not going to be seeing the Phoenix once again. Lifting up the siege tank though, and that allows you to get a bit further forward here. Then building that base on location, that fourth, well not on location, but on the front of his third makes it a reasonable target for herO to jump on, but he wants more than that, working his way around and still looking to force the army fight. He's lost his entire base on the top, so he's going to be losing his natural and just in a lot of trouble in general for the longer term of this game, so herO is not in the prettiest of places right now. A couple more Viking shots, the Bayouns coming through, but and herO's basically just saying, I feel like I can do this with the army that I've got right here in this moment. He is just going to keep on trying to send it. I mean, 2 bases now dead across the map. He's full committing to this. 4 Colossus, and 4 Colossus get it done. The question is, we got ourselves a few Stalkers here. We got Phoenix. They do have Blinker Stalkers. The Colossus can do a lot. That's where the SCVs are going to pull. Clem appreciates that this is a scary army, and he's got to respect it. The Colossus keep on trying to fire onto the bio. We are going to lose one. We are going to start to lose the next. They stay alive, honestly, a fairly long time. It's just not good enough, though, I don't think. I think it's still going to be good enough for Clem here to take this down. Man, kind of a wild game, though, because herO really put himself into such an awkward expansion situation. Like, he did this to him. As we do hit in the top left-hand side, the Red Pros, who will need to win this game to keep today's tournament up and running. So I think everybody should be cheering for him right now, because if he loses, that is it. That is our day done. So let's hope he gets us to a game 5. It's herO in the top left of Persephone, while in the bottom left-hand side, our blue Terran player from Team Liquid is Clem. And thank you so much for tuning in. The viewership is popping a day. 1,400 on Twitch. We just had 400 on YouTube. We're almost breaking over the 2K barrier today. Appreciate you guys. Persephone for game 4 of this one. Ooh. I've actually really enjoyed it. I know we've basically just followed Clem's games, but the herO Kyo semi-final I thought was really fun too. One thing I'm a bit sad about is we didn't catch any Zerg games really today. We had Solar and the Rogue in the bracket. Rogue beat Skillus. He played against Max Packs. Really would have been cool to see that section. I think they were on the other streams though, so hopefully we get the reps of those, etc. Yo, Idle SCV, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Going out to Bloody Gamer 76, Hojuntu, Saddest Panda, Trelev, and Green Turtle 23. Idle SCV, thank you so much for the generosity of the gifted subs. Drop some 40 hearts and 40 hypers in the chat, please, for our gifted subs. Thank you for supporting the stream. Thank you for supporting the StarCraft. We appreciate it. Alright, well, we do see the factory, the CC, continue to come about right now. Stalker sets up, Sentinel coming around. And CC coming through, Starport getting going for a couple of moments here. Let's just have ourselves a Stalker and the Warp Gate gathering up. So, again, a little bit of joining together right now. Getting settled for a few moments. Game's pretty peaceful. It's just the hallucination scouts about. The Twilight Council is very standard as well, so there's not really anything to kind of bring up or mention just yet. It really is a very normal game so far. Very chill as we wait to see what happens. The charge coming up, the Medevac Marines on the way, Barracks on the way up from Clem as well. We out on an SCV or two, we out on a couple of Marinis. And with the second racks already coming in from Clem, just going to go a little bit more biocentric with that triple racks nice and quickly after the factory and starports. Just getting that online, making sure that that's going to be a nice, comfortable thing that we can work to. And if it gets pushed over the side, going to unload and go after the Cybercore for a little bit. Raven and the Barracks still coming through. Just going to go chase across. They're going to hit the Stalker for a few moments. Probe will take some damage as well. Raven still coming through. A couple more Stalkers being added on currently. As we do have ourselves the Widow Mine goes off. 2 probes go down. Overall, though, 2 probes, 1 Widow Mine killed. I'm going to be getting away with the Marines, it seems. Does not look as though herO had the position needed there to really get the catch. And so there we go. Again, that Stimpak coming through, the Marine Marauder all coming up. Raven is still just going to come around and just linger to the upper left-hand side. There's a few Stalkers going to get an SCV. Now I'm going to find this probe for that assimilator as well. Just going to stop that from coming through. Don't think you want to take the assimilator, but it obviously may have wanted to take the Nexus, or at least you think it does. But then the reality is there's actually a ton of gateways coming up, so herO is ready to just hit the Charge Lot 8 gate. And that could be extremely dangerous here for Clem, who is not really necessarily aware of the fact of exactly what's going on. Here we go. Stalkers in the natural going to go after the siege tank initially. So we get rid of the first tank, and now we're going to have a massive Zealot that will continue to warp in. The first force field, very good too. We can force field again to sacrifice, force Clem to sacrifice more of these units because not all of them can fire hallucination for high ground vision. Remember, it's mostly Zealots here, so the majority of this is going to be in the form of a... the majority of this is going to come in the form of just kind of melee damage, but some high ground vision can be very nice as well. Just a little bit of an idea of what's going on here and there can be very useful, as we do see. I mean, like I say, Clem was not really ready or understanding that this was happening, so herO is going to hit Clem in the face, and he is going to knock Clem out, and that is going to give us a game 5. That is going to give us one final map. Game number 5 comes down to this ace match. Comes down to this right here. Let's get this on the go. Let's get this started up. Let's get this underway. In the bottom left-hand side, cheesing it up a little bit, all those gates and all the rest. In that last game, in the bottom left, our red Protoss player here is herO, and he is taking on the blue Terran in the top right, Clem. herO is just joining Twisted Minds, I read, as well, so he's just joined a new team. That EWC announcement already doing work for the StarCraft 2 team scene. Those teams wasting no time at all picking up their StarCraft 2 players. What a pickup for Twisted Minds. They already had Classic, right? So picking up herO is just a fantastic addition on top of that. Amazing. Alright, game 5, and like I say, it comes down to this. herO looking to go back to back to back, which would be very impressive, because obviously you've got to beat the very best in these events, week after week in the finals at the very least. And oftentimes herO has to go and meet these guys in the semi-finals as well, so let's get this set up. Did Max go back to back to back? Yeah, he did. Like I say, herO never won back to back, so now if he gets back 3 back, just building on that a little bit here as we get up and running. Who recruited herO? Twisted Minds. Like I said, that was Classic's team from EWC last year. I think Classic's still on their team as well. Obviously, they just wanted to invest in one of the other very best players out there right now. As the probe will actually go down, trying to just stick around maybe a little bit too long there. Sees the Marine. So, yeah, if you were thinking it's a Reaper, maybe you have a bit more time, but it was not. So there we go. The first Adept will Chrono Boost out on the warp gate on the gateway. We'll just have our Reaper about to finish up. The factory on the way. The CC is on the way up as well. So look at that bunker continue to come on through. I'm just going to see the Twilight Council Nexus continuing to establish right now. Yeah, the Reaper just going to go straight down across the map here. Looking nice and cozy as it just tries to poke through and see a little bit of what's going on. Have ourselves the gateway building. Twilight Council is the tech choice. The Adept going to shade by, but the SCV's on the wrong side of the command center for him to really hit it safely. It's quite near the bunker. He's still going to try to, but the other SCV's there. We can load that into the command center as well. Good micro and choices and decision making from Clem to minimize issues there. Stalker will chase. We are going to be seeing the Adept around the back. The Marine's going to be there. The Hellion coming about. We'll just see the Adept continue to hit the Marine currently. Saber's not impressed. He's like, this is disgusting. The Adept. How could it give itself up? Didn't want to see it die. As we do, Real Talk have a couple Stalkers continuing through. Stalker's going to hit. The Reaper going to take some damage. Just going to have the Blink coming through as well. Robo Facility continuing up. Yeah, that Blink is not far from being done, and we have the Robo Facility and the Warp Gate coming up as well, so all of that coming online for the moment. Take ourselves a few moments here to get right back into this and see how much pressure we can put on with the Blink. Obviously, herO not going anything super crazy this time. We are expecting him to most likely end up on a third base compared to the last game, for example. Stalker will be there. Reaper taking some shots. Stalker bounces over to the side. The Reaper is going to continue to throw a grenade down. We're not going to see the probe coming about. And again, the Siege Tank Barracks bunker will continue into play as well, giving us a little bit more defense at home. Obviously, Clem prepping to make sure he doesn't take too much damage off of the Blink harasses. The Stalkers very nearly get the Raven. It's obviously really nice if you actually kill the Raven, because then it's going to never be able to really come back in throughout the rest of the game, and that's always an issue. This Raven keeps showing back up, and if that Raven keeps showing back up, you can do a lot of damage, and you can obviously stick behind mineral lines for so long and just be so annoying. Or even later in the game, if the Raven tries to, anti-arm missile, so that's also a big deal. Stalker shooting, SCV goes down, a couple of bunkers will gather. Raven moves over, the barracks is going to lift off, and the Stalker's going to settle as we step on through. Siege Tank will move over as well right now as we get this underway. Against Impact, Combat Shield, plus on attack, continue to come about. Marine Marauder on the way up, Temple Archives coming through, Stalker's going to blink in. We'll see the bunker going down immediately as the Prism pulls back to the other side. Now it's going to be seeing the Stalkers continue to get hit. They pull back away. The SCVs come back through as well. As we just see the extra Stalkers warping in on the Prism again. 3 SCVs down. We will cancel the new bunker coming up. We've still got that bunker on the bottom side, but currently the issue for Clem is the tanks not quite in range or hitting anything during this. So one thing for us to look at as we get into the main. That's where the tanks are at. Stim just finishes before the tech lab goes down. No, no, herO! He overcommits. He wanted the other tech lab. He was like, oh, it's so close, but he gives up so many Stalkers to get it. That was not worthwhile. It was only Combat Shield that you cancel as well. Stim is already done. That's the more important of the 2 upgrades, right? Combat Shield's rebuilds faster as well. It wasn't even that far along. Stim cancel would have been huge, and herO gave up so much for this, and I just don't think he's going to get that much out of it. The double Widow Mine, bam! Bam! Warp Prism dies! And it's all gone wrong for herO. It's coming crashing down around him. Because from the Blinking aggression to now the Warp Prism play, a couple of plays back-to-back that just do not go his way, and all of a sudden this really does become a very troublesome situation. This is now really tough for herO, actually. I mean, you're going to get the Storm. He just has no units. Like, he should just die. You're warping in High Templar. Unless Clem sits in every possible Storm, this 4 High Templar aren't going to save the day because there's nothing to follow up on those High Templar with. The only good news is obviously the Marines don't have combat shields. They've got a little bit less HP. So that's 2 Storms already for about 4 Marines. We did feed back the Raven. Can't complain about that. That's the correct move as well. Take that tool away from Clem. I mean, we're literally relying on these couple of High Templars, man. They don't have much energy remaining. One of the tanks in the front goes down, so we see a little bit of success there that maybe wasn't even expected initially. The Bio steps forward again. The High Templars are out of energy. They can morph into Archons. I think herO also knows and recognizes that this game is a little bit too far out of his hands. GG's, and Clem will take it down 3-2 in this best of 5.